The Berlin Open has witnessed something extraordinary. A Filipina wildcard ranked number 35 in the world has stormed into the semifinals after pulling off back-to-back upsets that have left the tennis world stunned. First, she dismantled Donna Vekic, the newly crowned Queen's Club champion, in straight sets. Then, she did the unthinkable. She defeated world number 2 Elena Rybakina, the 2022 Wimbledon champion, on her favorite surface, grass, with a stunning 7-5, 6-4 victory. And now, she has done it again. Elina Svitolina, the world number 8, the Italian Open champion, the former world number 3, the 31-year-old Ukrainian veteran who has 20 singles titles to her name. Svitolina was supposed to be the experience that ended the dream run. Instead, she became the latest giant to fall. Alex Eala defeated Svitolina in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4, in just 1 hour and 23 minutes. The Filipina sensation is now in the semifinals of a WTA 500 event. She has cracked the top 30 in the live rankings, and she is on the verge of making history at Wimbledon. The tennis world is stunned, the Philippines is celebrating, and Alex Eala's dream run continues. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Just days after stunning the tennis world by defeating world number 2 Elena Rybakina, Alex Eala walked onto the court at the Steffi Graf Stadium to face another titan of the sport, Elina Svitolina. The Ukrainian veteran had been in exceptional form in 2026. She entered the match with the third-best winning percentage on the WTA Tour this season, behind only world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka and world number 12 Marta Kostyuk. The stage was set for a classic experience versus youth battle. From the very first point, it was clear that this was a different Alex Eala. The Filipina wildcard was not intimidated. She was not overawed. She came out aggressive, dictating play from the baseline, and immediately put Svitolina under pressure. She broke the Ukrainian serve in the second game of the first set, racing to a 3-0 lead. The crowd, which had been largely neutral, began to rally behind the underdog. Svitolina, a fighter to her core, did not give up. The former world number 3 broke Eala's serve in the 7th game to cut the deficit to 4-3. It was a moment of brilliance from the veteran, a reminder of why she has been one of the most consistent players on tour for years. But Eala's response was immediate and devastating. She broke back in the very next game and then served out the first set with a forehand winner, closing it out in 33 minutes. The second set followed a similar script. Eala broke Svitolina's serve in the opening game to take a 2-0 lead. Svitolina, refusing to go quietly, leveled the set at 2-2, but the Filipina, playing with the confidence of someone who believes she belongs, responded emphatically. She broke Svitolina's serve in the 5th and 7th games, moving to within a game of victory at 5-2. Svitolina mounted one final push, winning 2 games to narrow the gap to 5-4, 0-30. It was the toughest moment of the match, but Eala showed her mental fortitude. She closed out the match with a backhand winner, winning 4 points in a row. The final score was 6-3, 6-4 in 1 hour and 23 minutes. "I can't believe it. I'm in shock right now," Eala said after the match. "Elina is a huge fighter, and I've seen it many times. I've been watching her since I was a kid, so to be able to compete with her today is such an honor. I really admire her. She's a mother, and I really find her to act with such elegance and strength." The victory was her 6th win over a top 10 player in her career. "It was the toughest moment of the match," Eala said of serving for victory. "It wasn't easy, especially when she fought back and became more aggressive, but in the end, I was able to imagine everything remaining in my brain, and it ended well."
The statistics from the match tell the story of a player who was peaking at the right time. Eala was nearly flawless in her quarterfinal performance. She finished the match with 19 winners and only 9 unforced errors. She controlled the match from start to finish, out-hitting and out-thinking one of the most consistent players on the WTA Tour. Eala's defensive skills were also on full display. Svitolina, known for her incredible court coverage and ability to extend rallies, was often on the back foot, forced to hit defensive shots of her own. This was a role reversal that stunned the crowd. Eala's speed, anticipation, and ability to turn defense into offense were too much for the veteran. Despite Svitolina holding a 4-1 advantage in aces, Eala had a better first serve percentage of 69% compared to her opponent's 62%. She also led in first serve return points won, 15-11, and points won overall in the opener. More significantly, Eala dominated in the returns department. She had a 13-9 lead in first serve return points and a 21-19 lead in second serve return points. She finished the match with 19 winners and only 9 unforced errors. It was an error-free performance, and she never let a seasoned champion get a foothold in the match. It was the culmination of a remarkable week for Eala. She had already proven that she could beat the world's best on grass, defeating Vekic and Rybakina earlier in the tournament. The Svitolina win has sent shockwaves through the tennis world and solidified her status as one of the most exciting players on the tour. The victory sets up a mouth-watering semi-final clash with Linda Noskova of the Czech Republic. Noskova, ranked number 13 in the world, advanced to the semifinals with a dominant 6-1, 6-3 victory over Paula Badosa. This match will be a rematch of their Indian Wells duel earlier in the year. The two had met at the WTA 1000 event in California, where Noskova had won 6-2, 6-0. That match was a difficult one for Eala. She was overpowered by the young Czech's power. But Eala is a different player now. She is playing with confidence, her serve has improved, and she has just beaten two of the best players in the world. She will be looking for revenge against Noskova. Well, like you said, she's a big hitter. She's young, but she already has a lot of experience and is very powerful, Eala said of Noskova. My last match with her proved to be very difficult for me, so coming into the semifinals, I hope to prepare, make some improvements, and show them what I've got. However, Eala has history on her side. In their junior days, Eala defeated Noskova 4-6, 3-6, 6-2 at the 2020 French Open Girls Tournament. The 21-year-old Filipina will be hoping to replicate that success on the grass courts of Berlin. The winner of the match will advance to the final and face either world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka or Jessica Pegula, who will square off in the other semifinal. Eala, who admitted she was shaking after her win over Rybakina, is learning to handle the pressure of the big stage. I think I'm getting better. I hope I'm getting better being exposed to this kind of level more often. It really pushes you to your limits and forces you to showcase what you've got. Some weeks are better than others, and I'm really enjoying this ride.
The victory over Svitolina has major implications for Eala's Wimbledon seeding. The Filipina was ranked number 35 in the world when she entered the tournament. The strong run in Berlin was exactly what she needed to push her ranking up the board. Her run to the semifinals has lifted her 5 spots to number 30 in the live rankings. This is a crucial development, as the top 32 players in the world at the All England Club receive seeds. If Eala can hold on to her position in the top 32, she will be seeded at Wimbledon. This would be a historic achievement. No Filipino, male or female, has ever been seated at the All England Club. It would be another first for the trailblazing athlete and cement her legacy as the greatest Filipino tennis player of all time. The seeding would also give her a massive advantage. Seeded players are protected from facing the top players until the 3rd round. This gives her a much better chance of making a deep run at Wimbledon and achieving her ultimate dream. The Eala camp is likely already preparing for Wimbledon, knowing that her seeding is now all but secure. She has climbed from number 35 to a live ranking of number 30, moving past the injured Hailey Baptiste. She now sits just 2 places away from her career best ranking of number 29. Alex Eala has arrived. The victory over Svitolina is the latest and most significant sign that she has become a force to be reckoned with on the WTA Tour. She is not just beating top players, she is doing it in decisive fashion. She is not just winning matches, she is winning tournaments. At just 21 years old, she is the highest-ranked Filipino tennis player in WTA Tour history. She has a tournament named after her. She has a Nike collection that sold out in record time. She has a royal recognition from King Charles III. She has built a free tennis academy in the Philippines for underprivileged children, and now she is in the semifinals of the Berlin Open and on the verge of a Wimbledon seed. The confidence she has gained from this tournament will be immeasurable. She will believe that she can beat anyone on any surface. She will not be intimidated by the big names. She will not be overawed by the big stages. She is ready. The tennis world is watching, the Philippines is praying, and Alex Eala is ready. The victory was a masterclass in controlled aggression. Eala is no longer just a promising talent. She is a legitimate threat to win the biggest tournaments in tennis. The victory over Svitolina has sent shockwaves through the tennis world, proving that her win over Rybakina was not a fluke. She has now toppled the number 2 and number 8 seeds in the same tournament, a feat that puts her in elite company and shows that she is one of the most dangerous players on the tour today. So, here is where we leave you. Alex Eala toppled another tennis giant. Elina Svitolina fell as her Berlin dream run continues. The Filipina sensation is in the semifinals of a WTA 500 event. She is 1 win away from a Wimbledon seed, and she is ready. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.